Okay, story time. So one time I was on the phone with one of my friends and he was at work and his coworker comes up while we're on FaceTime and it's like, oh, she's pretty, she's single. And I could see him in the camera a little bit and I was like, okay, he's cute enough. I was like, yeah. He was like, can I have your number? We exchanged information and started texting. The texting was cool, nothing crazy, but nothing like amazing. And then he was like, I would love to take you out on a date. How about Korean barbecue? I love Korean barbecue, so I was like, sure. So when he comes to pick me up, I notice that his car is really nice, and we get in and we're going. And he turns on his music and everything, and it's interesting. Like, it's very eclectic. It's like metal rock and stuff like that I don't listen to a lot of. So I was like, okay. And you know, he's having himself a good little time. He's snapping off beat and everything. I was like, nice. And I noticing, like, I'm looking at him and I'm like, you're not as cute as you was on the phone. Like, why?
There's not too much I can really say about that. She was just saying, like, you're not as cute as you was on the phone. The only thing I can really say about that is make sure you're taking care of your skin and different things like that. That's all I can really say about that, because I know for me, women think I look better in person than I do in pictures. But with her saying that, there's not really too much you can do in the moment of that, because that's something she's thinking in her head. You really can't control that. Some women are going to think you look better on the phone than in person, but again, that's why I believe in meeting women in person, so you don't have to really deal with them type of issues. Because when you meet women online or through the homies FaceTime, you know what I'm saying, it gets tricky because now they comparing you to how they seen you on the camera. So ain't too much I can do about that.
I is not equally MX plus B. I don't know what's going on. And so, but we just keep going. And then we get to the place, like, he gets out of the car and I'm like, you're very short. Like, and this is all in my head. I'm not saying stuff to him, but I'm just like he's 5'7". I'm 5'5".
Again, I know most men will hear this and be like, see, I told you, you know what I'm saying? Women, all they care about is height, da 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 da. And it's like, look, the whole height thing, man, like, it's gonna matter to certain women, but at the end of the day, man, it's about your confidence and your mentality. Because if a woman really likes you, the height thing is not going to be an issue. Now, I know for me, you know, I try not to date women who is taller than me. And I ideally want them to be at least 3-4 inches shorter than me, because that way when they have on heels, they're still not taller than me. So to me, I don't even want to date somebody that's taller than me anyway. But really, it be these 5'2" girls that be having these 6'6" requirements. But these same chicks that be having those requirements in real life, guys, they don't be having those requirements. That's just online. So the whole thing she just saying in her head, like, he's short, there's nothing he can do about that. He can't do nothing about that. He's on a date. So at this point, he just got to continue to make sure he has good conversation and make sure she's on point, and make sure he's not validating her too much, and making sure he's seeing that if she can fit into his lifestyle instead of trying to go there and trying to prove yourself.
And I'm wearing my platform Chuck Taylor, so I'm like, we're eye to eye, and I'm like, ooh, yeah. But anyway, we go inside. The place is cute. We order our food and stuff. And he's like, do you want to get an appetizer? This looks really good. And I'm like, yeah, that does look really good. So he orders it. The waitress comes over and he's like, can we get an order of the kimchi fries? I was like, not this man don't know how to pronounce kimchi. First of all, you told me you like Korean food, so you've been here before. Second of all, kimchi is pronounced exactly how it's spelled. Like, it's
all right, so I'm not gonna grill him too much on that. She's basically saying that, I don't remember her saying that in the video, that he had been there before. I know he just brought up to her, hey, let's try Korean barbecue. That could have been his first time going, but you know, as a man, you shouldn't be trying to fake the funk. You know what I'm saying? So don't be trying to go somewhere and you acting like you've been there before and you can't even pronounce the name of the food. And she been there and she know how to pronounce it. So don't ever try to like act like something that you're not, because women are gonna, you know, like I said, women are detectives. So they're gonna point that out immediately, and that you're gonna be losing points on the scoreboard.
Kimchi, like, there's no other I in the middle, so I don't know where you're getting kimichi from. I was so embarrassed. I was like, because I didn't want the waitress to think that I was with him for real. And I was just like,
see, that's what you don't want right there. She just mentioned that she didn't want the waitress to think that they were together, and that's not a good thing. So clearly there was more things going. Now, she's not giving all the details, and I don't know his side, so I can't really say too much. But clearly he was doing things during the date to turn her off, because at this point she didn't even want to associate herself with him But again, it's clear that she's obviously leaving out details to get to the whole point of the story. So we're gonna go ahead and continue it.
Anyway, the food was great. Those kimchi fries were so good. But as we're talking, like during dinner, he talks about how one of his biggest pet peeves is when people lead him on and like let him go through second, third, fourth dates when they know it's not gonna work. So I was like, damn, I'm gonna have to figure out something to say at the end of this date. So when he drops me back off, I'm like, thank you so much for dinner. You're a very nice guy, but I feel like we have more of a friend vibe. I'm sorry. And he was like, and I felt bad, but also that wasn't gonna work because too awkward. So yeah, I feel like my friend set me up because yeah, that was shady.
You know, so he basically said one of his biggest pet peeves is when women lead him on. So what that tells somebody is, your biggest pet peeve. So that must mean that happens to you all the time. If that happens to you all the time, why should I date you? Why should I give you a second date? And here's the issue with this type of statement. You're giving her all the power instead of, you know what I'm saying, it being the opposite. See, you're not leading the situation. You're letting her lead you on. And when a woman leads you on, she's going to end up leaving you and ghosting you because she doesn't want to be the leader. She wants to be led. The whole thing I really want you guys to get from this message or this story. Now, I can't go in on what he was saying during the date because I don't know what he was saying, but it's kind of clear that he was probably saying a lot of things that turned her off, especially when he made the crazy comment about, you know what I'm saying, my biggest pet peeve is when women lead me on. The only reason you would make a statement like that is because women lead you on. So my thing is, the biggest thing is, you gotta be sure of yourself. You gotta be confident. Women want leaders. If you're not sure of yourself, why should she be sure of you? Think about that. See, that's the biggest issue with a dude like this. He's clearly not confident in himself. So he wants her to validate how he feels so he can feel like he's good enough. But if you don't feel good enough, she won't feel like you're good enough. Guys, women want leaders. They don't want a dude that says women lead me on, because that's not a dude that makes a statement like that is not sure of himself. And that's the whole point with that message. You, as a man, feminine woman want leaders because they want to be the feminine one in the relationship. They don't want to have to be the one that leads. You know what I'm saying? And then two, man, you got to learn how to be you, man. Don't be telling no chick that you, now she didn't say that in the video that he said that, but don't be telling no chick you done been here a million times and you can't even pronounce the name of the food. What kind of crap is that? You know what I'm saying? Now, like she said, now she's embarrassed. She wants to act like she's not even associated with you. That's embarrassing.
If you're a type of guy that wait to happen, you wait on somebody to give you something, you wait to bust a move, you wait for a woman to lead you like that, you're gonna always come up short. And women hate men who can't take initiative and don't go after what they want. Women are despised by men like that. If a woman have to be that for you, she feel like she got an extra child. A lot of the times a reason that women be leaving dudes. Made dudes don't know how to lead, don't know what they want. A person gotta think for them. And they always waiting on a woman to do something for them. Waiting on a woman to make a decision for them. That is out, bro. We gotta stop doing that. Not we, because I ain't never been like that.
Yeah, so like the brother is saying, directing that message all the way over to the first video we watched, it's like, as a man, you gotta, women literally are, they literally go to the trash can to go throw up when you start saying, you know, are you gonna lead me on? Because the last 10 women have led me on and, you know, I just don't feel good enough and you know, and I want you to validate me and tell me that I'm good enough and baby, I wanna be with you forever. And here's the thing, see, when you're not really sure of yourself, you're gonna really tell on yourself because you're gonna either do it by trying to flaunt your success, flaunt your car, or you're gonna make statements like, you know, all the women lead me on, are you gonna lead me on type of thing. And it's like, as a man, a feminine woman wants to follow a guy because so many of the dudes that chase her don't know where they're going in life. So now she has to put you into that category. And this is why it all goes back to confidence and investing in your mindset. If you was really investing into who you are, you would be so sure of yourself that you wouldn't need to make a statement like that. Because if you was really about that life, about that confidence life, a lot of women will be trying to get into relationships with you and you would be turning them down because you would feel like they don't match up to your standards. But again, it all goes back to your mindset, man. You gotta know who you are. And the only way to know who you are is to invest that time into yourself. Work on that trauma, work on them insecurities. If you need to go get therapy, go do that. But you gotta get you right first. Because if you don't get you right first, you can't get anybody else right. Your cup gotta be full first. But again, I can't even blame any of these dudes, because this is the same way I was taught growing up. You know what I'm saying? This is the same things I did in my earlier and mid 20s. It's the same type of things. Not feeling good enough, needing self-reassurance, always was used to getting rejected, never got the girl I want. So when I got a chance, I didn't want to mess it up. By not trying to mess it up, you mess it up. Because you're trying to be perfect. You're trying to be the perfect gentleman. And y'all heard what homie just said. Are you the type of guy that wait on a woman to tell you what to do? Are you the type of dude that you're waiting on a woman to lead you? Because that's what you're basically doing. You're waiting for a woman to lead you. And if a woman has to lead you, she's going to leave you. If a woman has to lead you, she's going to leave you, because a woman wants to be with a guy that can lead her. And that's the thing we are not understanding as men. We're so thirsty to chase women, so thirsty to lock women down, but you're not getting yourself right. You need to be chasing your mindset, chase your goals, chase the things that can make you a better version of yourself. That's what we need to be chasing. What y'all got to understand, women are super intuitive, man. They know when a man doesn't get it and don't get it. And a woman's not going to tell you how to be a man. They want a man that's already a man. They're not going to give you game on how to do that. They don't care about that. They want you to come already made, as is. They don't got no time for that. And that's my whole point to this message, man. We have to be confident and sure of ourselves, because when you're sure of yourself, you don't need material things. You don't need to ask these questions that you need to be reassured of. When you're really confident in yourself, you're naturally going to be you, and you're going to come off as a leader. You're going to come off as real. You're going to come off as assertive. You're going to come off as confident. And those are all the things that women are attracted to. But forget women, just in real life, man. Like when you put yourself second, everybody else going to put you second. But when you put yourself first, everybody else puts you first. And when you get rejected, and here's the thing, everybody gets rejected. That's one thing we all need to know. Everyone gets rejected. We all know how that feels. But at the end of the day, that can't stop you. You got to keep going harder. A lot of us let our past rejections get into our current situations. Don't let your past predict your future. You can stop it now by putting in the work to become a better person. But a lot of us, what do? We take that same energy of getting rejected and we go chase the next chick, go chase the next chick, go chase the next chick without even putting in work to ourselves. But at the end of the day, it's all about making sure you're the best version of yourself, because if you don't care for you, who else will? All right, guys, that's my video for today, man. I appreciate you guys for coming over to the channel, man. Guys, make sure you continue to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel, guys. And I'm gone.